Hi there, folks. Today I'm going to be doing another tobacco first impression, and this is going to be one from my recent mail order that I made a video about a little bit ago, and that is going to be Sutliff 707 Sweet Virginia. So, from what I understand, this is a straight Virginia um, that I believe might have a mild topping of some sort. Just from the smell, it smells. I don't want to say sickly sweet because that sounds like negative, but there's definitely a very strong sweetness that I'd attribute almost to like honey. It smells a lot like honey. So I think it might be topped with some sort of honey or syrup or something like that, but it smells like honey to my nose. Um, and it is a broken flake. If you can see here, um, looks like a pretty thick flake in the first place. It's got some really nice chunky strands. There's still a couple pieces of pretty whole flake in here. Can't really find one right now, but when I laid this out to dry it, there were some pretty chunky bits. Um, I did dry it for something like an hour or 2 hours. It was a little bit moist out of the jar. I went somewhere and came back a little bit later than I anticipated, so I think I dried it a little more than I should have, but it still seems like it should be in a smokable range. But yeah, I think this one could do with a little bit of drying time, so I did that, and I got it packed into just a. I'm not sure which model of Missouri Meerschaum this is, but just a Missouri Meerschaum comp. Um, Packed pretty easily, pretty quickly. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little bit of a char and see what we're working with. And I'm trying to be easy here on the charring light because I've been having some issues with tongue bite here recently, and I think most of it is coming from my charring lights because I tend to go pretty hard getting the whole top charred. Being a straight Virginia, I am definitely going to be looking out for the tongue bite here. Like I said, I've been having a lot of issues with it here recently, so I'm going to try to go slow and steady on this and hopefully avoid it. Now, I'm not picking up anything too crazy off the charring light, so let's give it a full one and go from there. And I don't know. I ain't being new to the hobby. I like big, puffy clouds of smoke. And chasing after that has definitely got me bitten a couple times, so. No, I swear. I've been trying to figure straight Virginias out here recently. And pairing them with a cob always seems like the way to go. Aesthetically and mechanically. So this seems to have some characteristics that you would expect of a straight Virginia. I'd say this is more on the hay side of things than fresh grass or anything like that. A little heavier, tastes like almost sort of malty. It was a very pronounced sweetness, which I think is in part from the Virginias themselves, but this is really young. This is fresh. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago, so I think a lot of that sweetness is coming from that topping that I was smelling. Now, based on the ounce of 507C that I smoked, I'd almost venture to say that this is just 507C with a little bit of honey in it. I'm getting a lot of the same character from it. And even though I'm trying to take it easy, I am puffing a little too fast, and I can sort of feel a little bit of discomfort coming. So I'm gonna try to slow her down. Now this is staying better lit than what I usually smoke. That's another thing. My tongue bite issues have a lot to do with me struggling to keep the tobacco lit. I think it has a lot to do with my packing technique, because I'm still developing that. I think the big culprit, though, is drying. I'm a little bit impatient when it comes to drying my tobacco. It's sort of like when the mood to smoke comes around. I want to smoke one specific thing, and it's like I don't give it a lot of forethought, so I just grab what I want to smoke, and a lot of the time I'll just pack it and go. Except for some particularly wet things, a couple aromatics, but generally I don't give it a lot of drying time, and that's definitely a fault of mine. But I think drying this for a little bit definitely helped it out. But it's tasty. Very light. Um, Not very pronounced, not in your face, but in a good way. It's not like that St. Claude. No, it wasn't the St. Claude. The Seven Seas that I smoked last week or the week before, where I was kind of just like I could taste it. It had a lot of taste, but it just bored me a little bit. This is not quite as much flavor, I would say, but it's a more nuanced flavor. I like it. It's a hot day today. In central Indiana, it's something like 80 degrees, 85 degrees. It's been up and down throughout the day. And this is just what I needed, I think. It's light. It feels like summer, like ripe hay. So yeah, it just seems like a solid, no frills, besides a little bit of honey or whatever it is. I think it's honey. It feels like honey. Basic sort of Virginia flake. Um, it's good. It's been a good day to smoke it too. I'm gonna show you guys something. I got a couple drinks that I'm pretty excited about. Here I got. My girlfriend and I went to Total Wine and More, which is like a big liquor emporium, sort of, just like a giant liquor superstore kind of thing. It's like a supermarket, but strictly dedicated to liquor and alcohol. They've got cigars there too. That's actually where I got my first ever cigar, my only ever cigar. But I got a couple things to try today. I'll start off with what she got, and this is something that I'm pretty excited to try too because we're both into fruited sours, fruit and what do they call them? Fruit and field beers, just like fruit forward, fruit heavy beers. So she got this here, Ruby Raspberry from Mad Anthony. I think this is awesome packaging. I love the label. I love the little gemstone raspberries. Beautiful. I'm really excited to taste that one out. Taste that one when she cracks it. I'm a big fan of darker beers. Not particularly. I like high ABV, but I'm also a big fan of stouts. I've had a couple stouts. Old Rasputin's a good one. That's an imperial stout, I think. I always love a Guinness, a Nitro Guinness. So here I got a milk stout from Left Hand Brewing Company. I believe I've had this before on draft, but I can't remember if I've had it, and if I did have it, I don't remember what it tastes like. So I'm excited to try this one out. I love nitro beer. I imagine this has like a nitro widget in there, so I'm really excited to try this one out. Nitro beer is my favorite delivery system of beer. I just love the creamy mouthfeel. Love nitro beer. I'm going to try that one out later. Actually, I don't know if I'll try it later. It might be a little hot today, so I might wait for a day when it's in the 60s or something. And I got a 6-pack of these. My favorite beer, if you guys remember from an earlier video, is New Belgium's Triple. But that's the only Belgian Triple that I have had. I've heard that Victory makes a good Belgian Triple. They had the basic Belgian Triple. I was thinking about getting one of those to try, but then I saw this here. Like I said earlier, we love fruited beers and sour beers. So this here is a fruited sour triple. I've never heard of something like that. Fruited sour triple. I think it said it's loaded with raspberries that add just a balance of sweetness and tang with a smooth finish. I love raspberries. It's my favorite fruit. I love raspberry in a beer. Like I said, we got this Ruby Raspberry Wheat Ale to try, which I'm excited about, but I'm very, very, very excited for this. Got a 6-pack of these. 9.5 ABV too, so that's a hefty sucker. So a 6-pack, I got a 6-pack for like $11, but at that ABV, I won't complain about that at all. So I don't know if I'm gonna have any today, but if I do, I think I'm gonna go with one of these, just because I'm so excited to try it. So I'm gonna get that out of the way. This isn't a beer channel. I might make a beer review though. We'll see how that goes. But just wanted to show you guys those because I picked those up today. I was really excited about it, and I'd like to share it. So yeah, back to the Virginia. This, as I said, is just a simple, straightforward, straight Virginia. Seems to have a little bit of honey in it, or some sort of sweetener. I think it's honey, and I enjoy it quite a bit. So, if you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you guys giving me your time, spending it with me. Any interaction, like, comment, subscribe, I would greatly appreciate, especially comments. I love talking to all sorts of people. If you guys are, interested in my content and want to talk about it, I'd be more than willing. Any suggestions as to, you know, my style of video or things that you want me to try, open to any of that. Yeah, just thank you guys. Thank you guys for being around. I hope your days are going well. I hope your weeks are going well. And I'm going to finish the rest of this bowl, enjoy the rest of this bowl, and I think that'll be all for me. See ya.